Well, I would say that there's not one identity that I see in the Kurdish youth in the United States. I think there are various identities throughout the country. A lot of it depends on their education level. Some of the youth that I see have taken advantage of the system here and have educated themselves. I see others that have stayed in the more traditional role and haven't progressed or moved and taken advantage of the opportunities here in this country. So I would say there isn't one identity, but I think there are multiple levels. I think the more Kurds that come to the United States that interact with Americans and discuss their culture, their identity to people, I think the more it sort of develops as we go forward. But I can't say that there's one identity that I see in the United States.
Okay. You discussed interaction with Americans. What advice would you give to Kurdish youth who are struggling to balance their Kurdish identity versus their American one?
It's a struggle that I had as well. We came to the United States when I was 8 years old. So while I wasn't born here, I definitely had the conflict of my Kurdish versus my American identity being raised here. I've lived in the United States for over 30 years, and I would say to the Kurdish youth that there will naturally be an identity crisis that you go through, which is very normal. It's not easy to go through, but I would say it's normal, and that they should first take the advantage of what this country has to offer. It's the one country where if you apply yourself, you can take that to anywhere you want to go. My father's main focus to come to the United States was to give his family a better life, and his goal for all of his children was to excel and to succeed and to get educated. All three of his children have done so. And I would say to the youth that first and foremost that take advantage of that. Go to school, finish high school, go to college. If you can go further than that, great. But I think the education system here in America gives them an opportunity to succeed in this culture. And eventually, as you mature and as you get older, I think you start to balance out that Kurdish identity that's in you, that you should embrace, and mix it with the American culture that you're in, so that you're never going to be, I think, all Kurdish or all American, but that's okay. In my opinion, for me, I feel that where I am in my life, that I'm a much fuller person because I do have that difference. I have that culture that's different. I have values, I have principles that come from my upbringing. And I think that makes you a really well-rounded person. So I would tell the youth to take advantage of the system, to go through the highs and lows that are very normal, but that eventually you will balance out. And I think the more that you accept your identity for who you are and that you are mixed and that there's nothing wrong with being mixed, I think the happier they will be as individuals.
Right, and final question. If you could choose one word to describe the Kurds as a people, what one word would you choose and why?
I would say resilient. I think whether they're in the motherland, whether it's in Iraq or Iran or Turkey or Syria or anywhere else in Europe or in the United States, they have a resiliency to overcome hardship. And they are strong fighters who overcome a lot of obstacles. And I see that in the Kurds' home. I see that here in America. And so that is a very positive thing, I think, that we have as Kurds. And I think it's what helps us go through the tough times and come out at the other end better people.
All right, Treefa Aziz, thank you very much.
Thank you.